Hey, what's up guys? Josh here, and today I'm going to share the biggest mistake that beginner Photoshop users make and 4 examples of how to avoid it in the future. But before we get started, if you don't have Photoshop yet, go ahead and click on the link in the description below and you can get a free trial. Now, what is the biggest mistake? Destructive editing. For instance, let's take a brush and I'm just gonna do something silly here and paint over this person's eyebrows. Now, if I wanted to undo this, sure, I could hit Command or Control Z a couple times, and that'll undo it. But let's say that I am 100 adjustments into this edit. Because I have painted on my source image, there really isn't a good way to do that. I'm going to have to start all the way from scratch and lose all that time making adjustments. So what I want to do instead is retain as much editability as possible so that when I save this as a Photoshop file, I can open it in the future and change any aspect of the photo without permanently changing the source image or any of my other adjustments. So let me give you an example. I'm going to undo that, and I'm going to grab the background eraser tool. Now I'm going to start working my way just quickly around the head here. Oh, and you see that I just made a mistake there. Now, if I want to fix that, I can hit Command or Control Z again, sure. But now I've lost all of that work that I did around the rest of the head. So how can we do this differently? Well, if you have your background layer selected, hit Command or Control J to duplicate it, turn off that background layer, and then do your background erasing again. Now, once you've worked your way all the way around the model as much as you want, I'm going to hold Command or Control, click on our layer, and you can see that it's made a selection. And then I'm going to click on our bottom layer, go down, hit the Add a Mask button, turn that layer back on, and delete our top layer. And now what we're left with is the original with a mask that we can edit. So if you click on the mask, hit D on the keyboard to reset your foreground and background colors, grab a brush, and we can zoom in here, and you can see if we have white, we're painting on, and then if we hit X on the keyboard to make black our foreground color, we're now erasing. So now you can add and subtract information as you like, and you just use that background eraser tool to save you some time. All right, let's revert this to the original. Next, let's talk about filters. So I'm going to go to Filter, Blur, Box Blur, and I'm going to hit OK. Now, as you can see, that blur has been applied to the original image. All I can do is hit Command or Control Z to undo it, but if I'm, again, down the line of adjustments and I want to change it, there's nothing I can really do. So instead, right-click on our background layer, go to Convert to Smart Object, then go to Filter, Blur, Box Blur, and so far it looks exactly the same, but if we click OK, now it's applied as a smart filter, which means we can turn it on and off. And if we double click on it, you can see we have our controls where we can make adjustments. Now, not every filter can be used as a smart filter, but a lot of them can. All right, let's go to our next example. So if you watched our last tutorial, you'll recognize this guy. Let's say I want to do some kind of color adjustment or maybe just a curves adjustment. We'll go to Image, Adjustments, and we'll go to Curves. And I'm just going to bring down the mids a little bit. Maybe something like that, super contrasty, hit OK. Now, as you can see, that made a permanent destructive change to the image. Now, I can just make another curves adjustment, but every time I do that, it's going to degrade the quality of the image. So I'm going to undo that. Now, what can we do instead? Well, if we go down to the bottom of the Layers panel, there's Adjustment Layers that we can select. And I'm going to go up to Curves, click that, and you should see a Properties panel open where you can make your curves adjustments. And I'm just going to do a quick one here. That looks good. And now you can see I have this standalone curves adjustment layer. If I double click on it, you can see I can make adjustments. The adjustment even has a built-in layer mask. So say I only want this curves adjustment to apply to part of my image. I can select a brush and paint it in or out. Now you may notice that this adjustment is also applying to the background, which is not what I want. I only want this to apply to my subject. So I'm going to undo that. I'm going to double click on my layer adjustment again. And down here at the bottom, you can clip this layer adjustment to the layer directly beneath it. So just click that. And now this is only making adjustments to my subject. All right, let's do one more example. So let's say I want to use the clone stamp tool. So I'm just going to select this guy and I'm going to paint him in over here. Now, of course, the issue is I've painted on my original and I want to avoid doing that. So I'm going to undo that. I'm going to create a new layer, hit the new layer button at the bottom, and then under sample, you can sample the current layer, current and below, or all layers. So I'm going to select current and below. So it's going to sample from my new layer and my background layer, which is directly below it. Now, if I select this guy and go ahead and paint him in, now he's on a separate layer that I can turn on and off, make modifications to, or I can just delete without any repercussions. And there you have it, guys, 4 examples of how to avoid destructively editing your image. If you enjoyed this video, if you found it useful, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications so you don't miss a tutorial. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.